So when you look around, let's specifically go to the SEC Eastern Division, Dave, and not necessarily guys that are going to compete for a Heisman Trophy, but guys that you really like are anticipating to break out and have big years.
I'll start in Knoxville first with John Kelly, running back for Tennessee. He emerged last season and potentially a very good player, I think, of leading a very good SEC backfield. Tennessee needed him to step up last year after Jalen Hurts, left the program. He did step up. He finished with about 630 yards and 5 touchdowns on 98 carries, averaged 6.4 yards a carry. So, he's an all-around back with great size, very good top-end speed, one cut and go guy. So I think in that Butch Jones style offense, I think he's a pretty good fit there to take over for Alvin Kamara and Jalen Hurd leaving, and he can also catch the ball out of the backfield. So I think that's a guy to watch out for there. Another one is Kentucky. Benny Snell Jr. as a freshman, he had 1,091 yards and 13 touchdowns, and that's when he shared the backfield with Stanley Boone Williams, who was also another 1,000-yard back. So Boone Williams is gone. JoJo Kemp's graduating. Benny Snell Jr., I'm telling you, for an $80,000 offensive coordinator for Kentucky, just signed an extension there. So he will be losing that offensive coordinator anytime soon. So I think Snell's another guy to watch out for when Kentucky and that offense kind of took off in the late half of last year. Benny Snell was the reason why. And I'll go to my Gators there for my third guy I'll look out for is Tyrie Cleveland for Florida. Only 14 receptions for 298 yards, but we all remember that 98-yard touchdown pass reception that he had against LSU, where he was streaking down the sideline after shrugging off an LSU defender. He had a lot of hype coming in as a freshman, but got in some early season trouble where he didn't even play in the first couple games. Had some big catches last year where he showed some flashes. He's going to line up against Antonio Callaway, who will be, of course, wide receiver number one, but he'll be getting double teams, leaving Tyrie Cleveland to become even more of an option for whoever wins that quarterback position at Florida. Tyrie Cleveland, behind Antonio Callaway, I think he's a guy that can really step up and be a breakout player for Florida.
So I'm working currently, David, on my top 10 at each position in college football heading into the next season, and I'm working on running backs right now. I've listed about 22 running backs. I got to tell you, I don't have John Kelly on my list, so maybe I need to reconsider there.
Maybe he probably could still prove a little bit. I mean, he's going to be the guy now at Tennessee and not necessarily, having to share the load. But I really like what I saw from him so far. I think it is a little different when you have to become the guy instead of being able to share the backfield and stay in a much more fresh than you would be being the guy. But Tennessee, I think, will rely also on the running game a little bit more when they still don't necessarily know who the quarterback's going to be between Quentin Dormady and Guantanamo. So we'll see what happens there. But I really like what I saw from him so far.